welcome. As you saw in the last video that I posted on tips on Maggie, it was mostly just drills and like the going over the fireball. So today I'm actually going to go through a lot more about what the wrecking ball and how I use that, because the entire thing was literally just me trying to show, oh yeah, I've used these sites, get drills type thing. It wasn't much. So there's multiple ways you can use the wrecking ball. I use it quite a lot, point blank, and just absorb the impact. But say you're doing a 1v1 and you're playing Maggie here, like, you know, just having fun doing 1v1 playing Maggie. You're also using abilities. The abilities that you've got. So you're like running around, and you want to start off a fight. You have a shotgun. I don't at the minute. Or you're just running an R9 only. R9 wingman, like, out. So you shoot. So you're just drilling this guy over and over again. Doesn't matter what side you're on. A trick that I've always used whenever my 1v1s have ever allowed abilities, and I have my shotgun, is a little wrecking ball trick, because as you know, the generic 1v1s here, climb up, track, beam. I actually removed that feature from these, so I expect them to climb up, ball one side, run the other. So when the ball hits around here, it explodes, and then it will launch them this way, and then it will just send them into the open. So you're running up while they're stunned and they're just like, where am I? And then you can just go, hi. I'm not trying to control too much recoil there. And then you can just fry them with an R9. It's quite fun to be able to do that.
Oi, level up.
It's
time for a
obviously
bloody
not
upgrade. Chose my upgrade.
Then
What's past is prologue.
there's
Start my story
buildings.
Bastion feeling choice.
Right. So say that there is no door on this the building when you're doing it. You can get at an angle, pull straight in, stun lock your enemies, play around, and just
no matter how many times I retire,
like that.
I just keep coming
There's
back.
other times
And
where,
Maggie's back from the sin bin.
say you're a bit further back.
I'm releasing my wrecking ball.
Have they actually removed that feature, or
Kuben
something?
Blisk
Or have I
couldn't kill
turned it
me in
off
the
in my range
Thunderdome.
settings for
Do
breaking
you really think a
laws?
flesh wound here could?
Because the
Maggie's
Maggie
back
ball,
and ready to rip some heads off. Wrecking balls unleashed. Get on or get the hell
I don't know why it's
away.
not like doing it.
What's past is prologue. I start my
Because there's
story
definitely not
anew.
been a patch about
Maggie's
it.
back
So
and ready
normally,
to rip some
wrecking ball,
heads
you
off.
throw it at the door, especially with someone on the other side, it will explode and actually break the door. Otherwise, you can just throw it straight through. If you're fighting a Gibby,
Let's do this, brothers.
and
Shield
he
up.
has his bubble down, like that, you can Maggie ball it, and then it will go away.
I'm back in action.
That's another thing.
Let's do this, brothers.
Lifeline ult.
Remember that.
Give me 1 second. Lifeline ult.
Halo
You
stuff.
can't actually
So I'm
treat
not
it like
out.
that. So when you're in a lifeline ult, throw your Maggie
didn't
ball
really think I
inside
could be
it, because then
killed,
it'll just
did ya?
bounce all around and it'll just annoy the enemies.
Guts. I've still got an upgrade to choose.
So yeah. So life round, use that. Then there's the Newcastle shield is actually very different. So the Maggie ball doesn't actually destroy it, it will just ricochet off. So this is where you just abuse your drills, so you just shoot drills on the top half or on the bottom half, because the Newcastle will move it around and take damage from it. And it'll force it to play out of cover.
Castle's here.
Newcastle wall. There's some more drill to it. Before it's up completely, and like that, before it's energized, you can drill it. So, Newcastle, before it's energized, you can drill it, you can ball it. You can ball it from behind, as far as I think. I'm not 100% sure, I'd have to actually test that with like frag nades, all that kind of stuff real quick. So if I head down, I can
select an upgrade.
grab a frag nade. Treat the frag as the Maggie wrecking ball.
I'm coming in.
So imagine that this is a Maggie wrecking ball, because I'm going to throw that down. Boom. So it's energized.
Frag out.
See, like the ball will just rip through that, and it'll still do damage. Then you've also got from the front.
Newcastle has returned to the clamping down.
You're in front of it. You're in front of it. Say you're air-nading from it. It's still, as long as it's behind when it lands, it will do that. But obviously, throwing straight at it with anything like Maggie ball, Maggie drill. So I'll just show with the Maggie ball, and then I'll just treat the thermite as the drill, because it just makes sense to. They have similar properties. And generic, it gets zapped. It'll get zapped. So you need to like line it up in certain ways, because if you hit it, you do all of that.
And Maggie's back from the
As I said, this is mostly just ball stuff. So there's certain bits where, say you're going up a zip, throw it up, then zip rebounce back up onto the person. You can also do a really annoying thing with the Maggie ball on the other side of the wall. You can actually, so most people don't think about this, but you can jump and, oh, I'm actually, you have to stand a certain distance from the wall depending on the height of it, but you can jump and throw it over. Then it'll stun whoever's on the other side, giving you a lot more free reign and access to using manners.
No matter how many times I retire, I just keep coming back for more.
It's the same with windows like that. You can throw the ball in to the building. And you take advantage of this at full power as much as you can. But it's just a few ball techniques. There's not as many ball techniques as there is with the drill.
Here comes Gibraltar.
You got something like for drills on a Gibby bubble.
They'll never shoot through this.
Say it's base size, aim like a drill towards the top of it. Say aim like a ball there, ball, and then drill there. Throw balls, because they'll delete the bubble anyway. People automatically assume because Gibby's one of the larger legends, he's actually moving a lot slower. He isn't. But just take advantage of all the weaknesses characters have against yours. Especially Maggie, where she can counteract a lot of them. Like a Mirage ult. Throwing a Maggie ball into this. Like, this is hectic as. Like, a Maggie ball in here, all the decoys just
Maggie's back
explode
from the
alongside
cinema.
it. And there's not much else to it. Maggie ball's just a great counter to a lot of stuff. Searalt, for example. You throw that down. I don't know if this would despawn if I
Didn't
character
really
swap.
think
It
I could
does.
be
Okay.
killed.
So-
Did ya?
The show will go on.
You know how
The answer I cannot.
destroy Searalts if it's thrown. Maggie ball, throw that, it instantly destroys it. Obviously not a lot of people actually play Sear nowadays because he's not as good as he used to be. Best bit about Maggie's kit is also
That was a nice communion
against
with the earth.
catalysts. So catalyst reinforced doors. You can throw a Maggie ball like that, it will insta break without fail. Like it's just gone. Rampart,
Hey, sorry. Tossing up some amps cover.
throw the ball. It won't destroy the whole thing, but it destroys that. So just roll through the actual cover part, which where your amp is from. So
Putting up some amped cover.
rampart's there. Boom. Maggie ball. Oh look, rampart's actually lost it, and then you can swing around. She's stunned. She's lost the actual damage buff. It's also a good way to stun a person that you don't want to move around a lot. So
We're
you've
back.
got
You've
someone like
missed us
Horizon.
too much. Anyone need a pick me up?
Q's up in the air. Lands. Maggie ball stunned. Struggles to move. Has to then wait. And then regain. Oh my god. Let me reload. And then regain everything. Like her stamina, her momentum, all that kind of stuff. So you've got access to all of that. Octane.
Now for the right
It's a
choice.
good way to force him to stim. Because arc stars are probably best to demonstrate this, because this is with all stuns on Octane. So this is just to show that it's a way to waste an Octane's health when you play Maggie and you hit him with a wrecking ball. So stun, stim, it removes the stun. So that just adds extra damage on Octane's character, forcing him to stim there. Watson fences, surprisingly, they don't actually destroy
Putting down the fence.
grenades or anything. You can actually throw it straight through. Maggie ball will just roll through it, but obviously it's easier to just try and break the nodes and then just walk into the building. There's also, not a lot of people know this, I forget it quite a lot myself, but it's a little door trick. Any character, I'm just on Watson because that's who I was last on. So you're on this door, hinges are on this side, look at the hinges. Look to a specific spot, it should disappear. They might have patched this now, to be fair. If not, yeah, because it's always on the hinges side.
Tossing a grenade.
Yeah, so I think they've patched it, but you used to just be able to stuff grenades through like those gaps. It's just a very small one. I've used it a couple times, but then I think they patched it, so I stopped using it.
No more resistance.
So I'm not 100%
Time
sure.
for an upgrade.
So
Scoring a grenade.
there we go, it went through. So it's when the crosshair's gone, you throw a grenade through. So always carry frags for that reason. I think you can do it with thermites and arc stars. Frags are just easier, personally, because they do higher damage. But yeah, you can literally just throw it through that tiny gap. When you line up correctly, it'll just stuff itself through. People back away, you wait for it. If they don't realize it's there, you just do 100 damage, boom. Makes your life easy, because now you don't need to worry about some guy just camping you. And you can just pre-aim him after throwing the nade. So, say there's someone standing right there, like on the other side of the door.
Throwing a grenade.
Ah,
An upgrade would
Damn it.
be an upgrade.
never mind. Give me a second. Someone on the other side of the door.
Tossing a grenade.
It failed again. Woohoo. Right, let me just pick up a bunch of frags. Customize range, reset doors. There we go. All doors are back. You're on here. Yeah, get close to the corner so you can still slightly see it. So you can see it clear as day there. So you can still slightly see it. There is a bit where you can also...
Tossing a grenade. No more resistance. Time.
Man, I can't do it now. It's very hard to line up at times. Well, I haven't actually patched it, but I want to be able to actually demonstrate what I'm trying to show. As long as it's the angled corners, so throwing at an angle maybe. So that's gonna just land outside here.
Throwing a grenade.
Say it's on the other side. Bang. Kill.
Without an upgrade, I'm at a disadvantage.
So you just throw that down there. So say there's no door.
Tossing
You
a
throw it,
grenade.
ends up going through. Free aim. When it explodes, and you just end up getting that free kill. So hopefully it'll let me do it again. It's a very hard lineup, like I said. It is a difficult one to actually nail and everything. There. See? It's gone.
Tossing a grenade.
Throw it through. Free aim. That should have exploded the door. Cool.
Tossing a grenade.
Ah, damn it. I guarantee.
Perhaps I should select an upgrade.
It doesn't make sense half the time. It's quite a fiddly little thing.
Throwing a grenade.
Nope. I'm not really caring about my health for this.
Tossing a grenade. Tossing a grenade.
Hell, you can even throw it on yourself if you're willing to tank a nade of damage. So if you're willing to take that nade damage, just, yeah, feel free to do that. Just take the damage, but it would obviously be easier if you get it through yourself onto their side. Right. I'm going to pause it and then back out, swap over to pubs,